Hey, good morning, everyone. I wanted to jump on here and make a little video this morning about consciously clearing your auric body. What is consciously clearing? Well, consciously clearing is mindfully clearing your auric field of cords, connections, debris, garbage that may or may not get stuck in it. If you identify yourself as a fellow empath, intuitive, or sensitive person, then this video is probably going to be super helpful for you. How that can happen when we meet other people and pick up on their garbage essentially is when we're not grounded or not in our bodies or not fully protected. But 98% of the time it's because we're not in our bodies, which can happen definitely on a daily basis, just waking up and going and not having that time to really mindfully ground, connect to our base chakra and earth star chakra and get in our bodies. Or if it's a full moon, that's naturally going to unground us because there's so much more energy out there churning around. So just a little short story on why it's important to consciously clear. The other day I had a contractor here that I was walking around with, and he reminded me of my great uncle Freddie, right? What does this shit matter? Okay, well, just bear with me. We're walking around the property looking at things that needed to be addressed, and he's talking to me about his day and what's going on. And I mentioned that he looked like my great uncle Freddie, and maybe that made him feel comfortable. And he started to tell me a lot of his story, and he had mentioned that he was in an accident and he had fallen and landed on his left hip, and he had his wallet in his pocket and bruised his butt and his whole left side. And ever since then, he's been hurting seriously bad. And in my mind, I wanted to go into, well, if you tried this and this might make it feel better. But you can obviously tell when people are open to suggestions versus certain people aren't open to the suggestions. So I just continued to listen and empathize with him, because I know what it's like to have physical injury and not be the same after you have it. And I didn't think anything of it that morning. I was completely ungrounded. I'm pretty sure I was out there in my pajamas walking around with him, and I was really empathizing with his story. And later on in the day, he left. I went on about my day doing what I do best, doing all my little things. And I think it was Saturday when he had come out, or maybe Friday. And I was running around, not paying any attention to my body or myself, or even aware that I might have someone else's gunk stuck to me. And I can be a sticky person for sure when I'm not grounded, because I naturally have a big auric field, and when I'm empathizing with someone, I connect to their story on a very physical level, because our bodies are filters, and when we're connected to someone, it filters out that connection, and that connection can stay there. Okay, so the one thing I want to make aware to you here is behind his story of falling and landing on his ass and hurting his hip. Okay. That same weekend, I did not feel well. I did not feel myself. I'd been a little under the weather per se, but mainly because the full moon and stuff turning up. And I was walking outside my house and down the mound to the fire pit. And I just so happened to slip on grass and fall on my ass on the left side, and got this big bruise on the same spot, the same location that this man told me he had happened to him. I did not consciously clear. I did not even think about it. I just went on about my day. It's not that we have to consciously clear off every person we meet, but we do need to take the self-care and have the motivation to clear our auric field when we're done for the day, releasing all cords, all energetic transactions that aren't serving your higher purpose. And we can do this release by connecting to the elements. We can do a water release where we get in the shower and we imagine that the water coming down through the shower is clearing off anything that no longer serves our highest purpose, and then grounding our bodies down deep into the earth. We can clear with fire. Essentially what we do is we bring that fire up through our base chakra and imagine it burning away all cords and any hooks or any transactions that aren't serving our highest purpose. We can ground with earth, go on a walk, hug a tree, really feeling those roots clearing and grounding and bringing us into our heart center. We can ground with spirit, asking the angels or whomever you would like to call in to come in and clear off any cords or anything that's not serving your highest purpose. And we can also clear with wind and just imagining that air or that wind coming in and sweeping through your body and clearing out those connections that aren't serving your higher purpose. Okay, so now I've repeated that a couple times. But it's mindfully clearing your auric field on a daily basis. And this is just self-maintenance. So that way we're not taking on other people's shit. It happens all the time to us empaths, and we're not fully aware of it. Even for someone like me who's been in this realm for quite some time, I'm a bit seasoned. I still make mistakes. I'm still not in my body all the time. So it's just mindfully making sure we're doing the duty to ourselves and taking that self-care practice of consciously clearing our fields. Also with that, I want to add that when it is a full moon or a new moon or a major astrological event, our energy gets really amped and our auric field gets really big. And it can make us that much more stickier to things, clamoring onto us. And I say things, but energy field, other little elementals that are out and about, we're sticky. And so it's even more important that you consciously clear yourself after your day is done, so that way you're not taking on something that's not beneficial to you. So anyways, thanks for joining for this short little clip and video about consciously clearing. If I have a little time today or tomorrow, I will try to make a meditation for you all that will help with the conscious clearing that I've been using for years and years. So have a wonderful day and enjoy this fall weather. Bye-bye.